Hello again YouTube, this is AC3 and today I want to share with you my opinion on Assassin's Creed 3 and Ubisoft. All of this while watching some fittingly buggy matches of chest capture in Assassin's Creed Revelations. The short version of what I'm about to say is that I will not pre-order Assassin's Creed 3, even though I did so with all the previous Assassin's Creed games. I will eventually buy it, but only when it's on a sale. I want to support the developers of the game, because I really like the series, despite my growing resentment of Ubisoft as a whole. You may ask, why the change of heart? And that's what I'm about to explain. First of all, as you may know, Ubisoft recently released a new Uplay client called Uplay 2.0. The Uplay client is a launcher program for Ubisoft's games and also serves as a digital shop and as a digital rights management program, or DRM. However, this Uplay 2.0, when it was installed, also installed two browser plugins on our computers without our permission. They were supposed to allow Ubisoft's website to remotely launch Uplay. What they actually did was to allow any website to remotely launch any program that's on our computers. Some call these software or programs, they call them rootkits, but Ubisoft calls it a simple mistake. Either way, I call this a major security and privacy risk. Before I continue, I have to say that at this point I get stuck in this position for the rest of the defensive round. I can use abilities, I can turn the camera around, but nothing else. I'm also invisible to others. Anyway, when this security risk hit the news websites, Ubisoft released a patch to only allow the Uplay client to be launched using those plugins. Not other programs, just the client. However, you had to install it while all browsers were closed on your PC. I don't know what happens if you try it without closing your browsers. And this information was put on a part of the Ubisoft forums that most of forum members don't read. And of course, most gamers don't use the forums unless they have to, unless they have a problem or a question. Any other company would bother sending an email warning their customers of the risk and instructing them to update, how to update, or at least put a notification on their front page. When Steam was hacked last year, Valve put a warning on top of every part of their forums. Ubisoft, on the other hand, simply wrote some short instructions on an obscure part of their forums with no real apology other than a simple "sorry for the inconvenience." No emails were sent or anything other than that. Not everyone plays their games all the time or visits every part of their forums, so undoubtedly there are still people with a security hole created by Ubisoft on their computers. I find that irresponsible and maybe even criminal. And then there's Ubisoft's CEO, who claims that 95% of PC gamers are pirates. He makes an accusation against his clients without any hint of proof, one that doesn't even make sense. It's true that not a lot of gamers choose to buy Ubisoft's games, and with good reason. Ubisoft is using invasive DRM that causes a lot of problems for their legit customers, to the extent that they often are unable to play their games, the games they bought, while the true pirates have no problems whatsoever playing Ubisoft's games. A DRM that doesn't stop the pirates, but stops the legal customers from playing. How lovely. Also, PC versions of their games are often delayed for months compared to the console versions. In fact, we already know that Assassin's Creed 3 has been delayed for PC, but Ubisoft still hasn't released an official announcement about it. Maybe they will do the same they did with Assassin's Creed Revelations, where we learned about the official of the new official release date for PC after the game was released for consoles, and of course after the date it was supposed to be released for PC. Furthermore, even when they are released for PC, their games are simple console ports with many bugs and minimum optimization. The controls are usually pretty bad, especially when you try to play them with keyboard and mouse, or even with a controller you may even have a problem again. And when it comes to the multiplayer part of Assassin's Creed games, the anti-cheating method of their choice is a program called Punkbuster, a program that runs as a service on your computer all the time, that can take screenshots of your computer and send them who knows where. In their privacy statement, they claim that they don't consider in-game screenshots as private data, and that they will not attempt to permanently retain information about users' systems. That means that they do collect this information, and if they keep this information on their system, it will be unintentional. So we have another piece of software which doesn't really inspire trust with regards to our privacy, but does it work? The answer is no, not really. It doesn't stop Cheat Engine, which is the most popular cheat program out there. There's a lot of video proof about it, but no one has ever done anything about it. Furthermore, if you are using an onboard Realtek sound card, which is what most desktop PC players have, and if you try to use the voice chat features of the game, Punkbuster will make your game freeze. So, in short, we have an anti-cheating software that is untrustworthy, does not stop cheating, and makes your game unplayable if you dare to press the push to talk button, which is very easy to do by accident, since it's the letter G. It's next to the directional keys, and even if you try to change the binding, it will still freeze your game. You can't even change that. So, after all that, how can anyone expect Ubisoft's games to sell better on PC? They treat us like garbage, and they expect us to worship them in return. A lot of hardcore gamers have consoles along with their PCs. Those who do, they usually choose to buy Ubisoft's games for consoles, since they are released earlier and they have less problems. They are also safer from spoilers. People who don't have consoles are having second thoughts about buying Ubisoft's games, or they just move on to playing games from companies who care about their customers more, such as Valve, Blizzard, and other companies who really cater to their PC gamers. Personally, I'm not a hardcore gamer. I don't play a lot of games, and I don't even own a console. In fact, the only game series I enjoy are Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, Oddworld, Portal, and Darksiders. Two of those franchises come from Ubisoft, but my interest in those is continually decreasing. In my opinion, Ubisoft has started to dilute their series to the point of losing what makes them special. Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 were amazing, but then they realized that Assassin's Creed sells, and they decided to expand this series with yearly releases that are lighter in plot and depth and duration, while selling them at full price and forcing you to buy them because they matter, they do continue the overall plot. Assassin's Creed 1 was meant to be controversial. It tackled both religion and politics. Assassin's Creed 2 continued this trend and enriched it with conspiracy theories through its Subject 16 glyph minigames. Even Brotherhood touched current politics through the same glyph mechanics. Then Revelations turned mainstream. All the villains apart from one, they were Greek, while Turkish conquerors were the good guys. The same trend seems to be followed by Assassin's Creed 3. The Americans will be the good guys, while most of the villains will be British. They seem to forget what made the Assassin's Creed series special plot-wise, and shift gears into more mainstream political propaganda. It doesn't sound like a game I want to play. It may be fun gameplay-wise, but the plot doesn't seem appealing anymore. Before I finish, I would like to mention something about the other Ubisoft franchise that I like, and that's Prince of Persia. In 2008, they released a very beautiful Prince of Persia game. It had very little promotion, and it turned up quite different than what was originally advertised. It was great, but it could be better. It was repetitive, maybe a bit boring, but it had that mysticism, that fairy tale feeling that any Prince of Persia should have. Instead of continuing the plot that stayed half, that was incomplete, they decided to make a game that was based on the previous universe, the previous storyline, the Sands of Time storyline, to coincide with the release of the movie. Unsurprisingly, neither of those two games sold great. Now, after some leaked screenshots for an unnamed Prince of Persia game, it appears that they want to reboot the franchise, leaving out all the Arabian Nights fairy tale influences that made this game special for a more Assassin's Creed style of game. Sure, I love Assassin's Creed, but I want a Prince of Persia game to be a Prince of Persia, not Assassin's Creed. Instead of continuing the incomplete storyline of the 2008 game and improve their flaws like they did with Assassin's Creed 2, they opt for something else entirely. Assassin's Creed 1 was also pretty repetitive and boring. It was great plot-wise, but it had its flaws. Assassin's Creed 2 took those flaws and corrected them, but also kept what made Assassin's Creed 1 special. They could have done the same with Prince of Persia, but they didn't. At the same time, Darksiders 2 was released by THQ, a game that seems to be everything a sequel to Prince of Persia 2008 could have been if Ubisoft bothered to listen to their customers. It has the same fairy tale spirit that Prince of Persia 2008 had. It also has an interesting plot. It has great fighting mechanics, and overall it seems what a Prince of Persia sequel should have been. So, since I can't play a good Prince of Persia game, I'm currently playing Darksiders 2. I'm also participating in a beta for an HD version of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, the latest game in the Oddworld series that I mentioned earlier that I like, and I'm eagerly expecting the release of the final product. I will continue to play Assassin's Creed Revelations. I like this game for as long as I can, and post videos as often as possible. However, I will wait for Assassin's Creed 3 until a good sale comes up, probably around Christmas. So expect videos when that time comes. I can't tell anyone what to do with their money or their time. All I can tell you is what I'm going to do. But please, really think about what Ubisoft is doing and where you want your money to go. Let me know of your opinion about what I said. Let me know what you plan to do with regards to Assassin's Creed 3 and other Ubisoft games in the comments, and take care. Happy gaming. Please comment if you want to rate, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the match. Goodbye.
A chest is being captured. A chest is being captured. You have been stunned. Contract lost. A chest has been captured. Being captured.
Attention, bargain hunter! I have 2 versions of Aristophanes collected for... I do not disappoint! You cannot pass into my
chest is being captured. A chest is being captured. You have been stunned. Contract lost. Seconds remaining.